got the last episode of Seeking Sister Wife with the Davis family, they all decided to sit down and talk about what they're going to do moving forward. Are they going to seek other potential girlfriends? And they asked Teresa where she stands with everything. And she said she's open to finding another girlfriend. She actually wants to find a wife as soon as possible because she's ready to take the Davis last name, even though they have only been dating for 6 months. And a few years back, this picture went viral because this girl here with the brown ponytail and glasses next to Danielle, she went on a date with the Davis family on the show a few seasons ago. And when they went on the date, they made it sound like this was the first time they were meeting her. But come to find out, this girl had known the family since 2021, so that got exposed to be a lie. And this is a picture we can see Teresa hanging with the family. I thought she was just like friends with Nick. I didn't realize like she had known April and Jennifer for all these years as well, and even hung out with Danielle. After hearing Teresa admit that the women do sleep together, after seeing this picture, I'm like, okay, what's really going on here? Is like Nick having his own little freak-offs and orgies and just inviting a whole bunch of women over at once? Like, if that's the case, they're gonna need a bigger bed. Like, he's really out here like Hugh Hefner, it seems like. But yeah, Teresa said she is open to meeting other people, and she told Nick, look, I love you. I only have eyes for you. I want you to be the last man I ever sleep with. You can tell that she has studied the way that Nick talks because she's starting to talk the same way that Nick does when she's out with Nick. And the way Nick talks, it just reminds me so much. I used to have an ex that talked just like how Nick talked, and it used to drive me crazy. I'm like, dude, just spit it out. We don't have to go into the deep meaning of everything and use all these intricate words. It used to drive me crazy all the time. But then the family decided to go out and have a dinner together, and that's where they wanted to sit down and talk about things moving forward. I noticed in this picture and at that dinner that Nick's wedding ring is blinging. Like, I was almost blinded by how big that thing is. And he sits down with his wives and Teresa, and they asked Teresa, like, how is she feeling about everything? And she just said, I'm feeling great. I'm happier than ever. I love where I'm at. And I want to find another wife, and I want to get married. But regardless if we find another wife right now or not, I think it's necessary to change my last name to Davis. I could tell that April and Jennifer were not feeling what Teresa was saying because they were sitting there hesitating. They really didn't want to speak or say anything at first. They were just sitting there being quiet. I really pay attention to body language too, and Jennifer usually, like when Nick's speaking to her or someone's speaking to her, she'll usually nod her head in agreement, but she made sure when Teresa said this, she was as still as a statue because she wanted to make sure that she wasn't giving off anything in her body language that was going to encourage Teresa or make her think, okay, yeah, go ahead with this. And Nick finally stepped in and said, look, I gotta be honest, Teresa, you're moving way too fast. We've only been together for 6 months. And I kind of feel like he should have said the same thing when it came to moving in. Like, I know marriage and moving in are two different topics, but you got this woman already moved in with her son, and it sounds like he's still not fully sure about this relationship. And I just think mainly it comes down to two things. I think one, like April said, they're being hesitant because they jumped the gun with Danielle and they saw what rushing things can do. It just increases the chance of you getting hurt. And two, I think Nick and the other wives are doubting her intentions and that they're really good. And I think that's for multiple reasons. I think because she's been friends with Nick for 14 years, I think they're kind of like, okay, you've known him all these years, but now you're suddenly into him now that he's on a TV show and he's got himself a little clout. You know, I think anybody who's looking out for somebody would be scared of that, especially, just when someone's on TV, you just never know. You always have those people who all of a sudden want to be your friends and be involved with you. And I think that the family is just scared about that. And I think a lot of it just has to do with, I feel like Teresa, a lot of the time, she comes off way too strong. And she's just like laying it on way too thick on Nick, way too fast, so at times it may not come across as authentic. And I can't tell if it's because like she is pretending to like him more than she does, or if it's just because she's on the show and she's like, okay, let me really lay it on thick, because this is a reality love show. Let me try to make this a little rom-com. I can't tell if it's because of that, or maybe like with her history, kind of being a hooker, you're used to really buttering people up. So maybe that's something that she's just used to, buttering guys up that she's around. I don't know, but I think the family kind of questions, like, is this really authentic or not? If she is being authentic, I think she's a better fit than Danielle. I think they all look great together. They all get along good together. It seems like she has what it takes to not get too jealous, and she seems like she works together with the rest good as a unit. So far it seems like everything's going great, but I understand the family being cautious. And she has a rap career. She does a lot of battle rapping. She had some features with some like big time rappers. Like she did a song with Tech9, who's from my city, KC Represent. But she revealed in this interview she did that she spent over $1 million on her rap career, and most of that was funded by her sugar daddies that she had while she was hooking, but she's retired from that now. And Nick is not really in support of her rap career. He does not sound like he's ready to bankroll her rap career. He doesn't feel confident in it. I don't think he feels like it's gonna really go anywhere. And then she broke out and started rapping on national TV. She does battle rapping, and I've seen some of her battle raps, and the way she was rapping on the show is giving more like battle rap. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I really can think of from the show. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think that Teresa will be a good fit for the family? Do you guys think that she's ready to take the Davis last name? Let me know in the comments below.